It's about that time. Podcast point five. Got ourselves our regular cast and crew. We got Troy, bullheaded Win, Tanner.
Did you just say bullheaded?
Tanner, stepmother Chin, and yours truly, Jason. Can't think of anything else. Sean,
You're just gonna call yourself Jason.
let's start the show.
So you're just gonna insult everybody else.
I couldn't think of anything.
Insult yourself right now.
It's Jason too fat to fit through the door. Sean,
That's a little bit too exaggerated.
it is very exaggerated.
I'll take it. All right.
But so I just got out of actually I'm recovering from a sickness right now that I got over the weekend last week, and something I've always thought about when I'm sick is that when I'm healthy, because I'm probably healthy like let's say like 90% of the year, 95% of the year you're normally just healthy, that I start to forget what it's like to be sick. And I pondered this during my healthy states, and I'm like, what it would be really cool right now if I was sick.
Why? When? What?
Why would you wish that upon
Yeah.
These are just like because I haven't. It's been months. It's been like 6 months. I'm due.
It's about that time.
It's
Hopefully
about that
sick.
time. I'm due
Actually-
for a sickness right now, but I don't
What?
even remember what it feels like. Like right now, I'm breathing through my noses just fine. What is it? I wonder what it's like if it's stuffy or I can't even do it. And then,
No,
then
dude,
when
I'm
it
the
comes,
exact opposite, dude. Because when I'm sick, I always wish,
Yeah,
I feel like I take for granted how easy it is to breathe.
oh yeah, I do that too. And I think of, and then when I am sick, I'm just like, what did I do? What did I think it would be cool?
And then the cycle continues.
And then the
next
cycle
time you get
continues
healthy,
every
you're like,
year.
Man, I can't wait to get sick again.
The grass is always greener on the other side,
Mhm.
except it's never green when you're sick. I
Oh,
don't know why you would ever.
the
think
boogers
it
are
is.
green
Oh,
and
Oh,
yellow.
I guess that is true. And the phlegm in your throat.
Oh, I hate like waking up in the morning and having that really hard phlegm where it's like almost a solid.
Yeah.
You're basically spitting out a booger.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, was that really just lodged in my throat for the entire night?
Yes.
But like this morning, I woke up. The last like 3 days, I woke up. My eye was caked in boogers,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
so hard to open it. And I'm like, I could do this, and I could maneuver my way into the bathroom.
Is that because of the pink eye?
It might be. I almost can guarantee it probably was pink eye. Yes.
Do you want to talk about how you got pink eye?
I mean, it's my good friend Anthony had pink eye, and I knew this. I knew he had pink eye, and I asked
And you
him.
kissed him anyway.
That's not how you get. It's not saliva. Excuse
No,
me.
they rub their eyeballs against each other.
Oh.
He farted on his hand and then cupped my eye for 10 seconds.
No. You went straight to the source. You put your eye next to his asshole, and then you let him.
I let him out. I said, just do it,
Said,
Anthony.
let her rip.
But I asked him for his eye drops because my eyes are just red as hell from being tired. And he's like, oh, I might have touched my eye, right? And I'm like, it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Which brings up a point of why would you poke your eyeball with the eye
Okay,
drops?
yeah, I don't touch my eye. I'm a civilized human being who knows how to
Yeah.
use eye drops.
Thank you.
You're a couple inches away from your
But
eye.
apparently Anthony has to put actual direct contact to his eye and just squeeze it as hard as he can.
Oh god, that's awful.
Yeah, it's not a good time. It was not a good time.
I'm sorry that you made an assumption that he was a decent human being. He was a degenerate who touches his eyeball with the tip. So that's unfortunate.
When was the last time you guys were sick?
Great question.
I
It is a
think
great
it was
question.
May for me.
May? Oh my god. Wow, that's good amount of time.
Yeah.
It's been about 6 months. You think you're due?
It's
You're
about that
due.
time, man. It'd be really cool to get sick right now, honestly. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Right during
thinking about it.
Thanksgiving, during your
Oh.
vacation.
Yeah.
Clogged nostrils.
Well, I think you do have a high chance of getting sick when you go on flights, and I am going on a flight to go visit family for Thanksgiving. So maybe
Yeah,
it's
because
about
you
that
have
time.
all those children all in the same like
And you're
cabin
just
as
like
you.
cycling that same nasty
Oh
air.
yeah, that's another big thing.
Oh.
Just recycled air with all those pathogens. Delicious. I love it. I can't remember the last time I was sick though, but
Oh, Mr.
every
Healthy.
time that I'm what?
Mr. Healthy over here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's all these the McChickens. They
It's
keep
all the
me
orange juice he gets.
keeps my immune system strong. Oh yeah, and the OJ, all the OJ.
All that OJ.
Which I've actually cut back on because Brady
Yeah.
said,
Yeah, Brady says really bad.
yeah, it's bad for you. And I was like, fuck.
Oh, you trust
So-
him? What credentials does he have?
He's taken biology a lot more recently than I have. The last time I took biology was 8th grade, so I don't know jack shit about.
Damn,
health.
well, that's a long time.
I don't even
Yeah.
think that is biology. That would be like.
No,
Sci-
it was biology.
would it?
You didn't have to take biology in high school?
But wouldn't this be physics?
What?
What?
No.
'Cause, like,
You don't- physics doesn't care about orange juice making you healthier.
I don't think it would be biology either, though.
Okay, but it definitely wouldn't be
But it's
physics.
definitely not physics. Either way.
Physics-
I think it'd more likely be biology than physics.
I'm
Yes.
thinking physics because of calories.
What?
That's physics. That's exercise physiology. That's not physics.
Physics.
like exercise
No,
science.
it is physics. How you
Physics has to do with kinematics and thermodynamics and all these like.
weights.
are
and
calories
motions,
not
acceleration.
thermodynamics?
Oh my word!
Oh, dude.
I'm
Okay.
listening to this
Listen.
right now.
Listen,
mean-
I may be talking out of my ass right now. If you
Yeah.
can't tell.
If anything, it would be in chemistry. I think.
Chemistry, that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
That no,
Yeah.
I totally
The last
forgot
time I
about
took
chemistry.
chemistry was 9th grade, and I got a C in that class. I also got a C in biology, so I wasn't really good at my sciences.
But did you enjoy it? Probably not, right?
No, I was awful at it, and I
I like that
remember.
correlation. Hold on, before you continue, I like that correlation between something you like, usually something you're good at, and we'll
Yeah.
talk about that later. But you go.
Yeah,
ahead.
but the thing is that I thought I had liked chemistry when I was younger. I was like, dude,
I
I'm gonna
thought
be
I
a-
did too. What was that?
Oh.
What is that thing in chemistry that you always had to do? It's like the calculations of like
Oh,
a mole.
no.
yeah,
It was not mole, but it was called
no,
something.
but you do use mole like.
Yeah,
it's,
mole was included inside the thing, but I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't know.
It was like you're just balancing out the equations.
Yeah.
um,
I liked chemistry back in 10th grade. I think that was when I took it.
starts with an S.
Yeah, that's
think
what I
there's an
thought
S
so.
And there's a D or something in it.
All right,
It's
just
like
keep
two
talking.
words.
I'll look it up.
All right, yeah, but I was like, I'm gonna be an alchemist, bro. I'm gonna mix.
An
potions and
alchemist?
shit.
You know what a fucking alchemist is?
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist.
Alchemists
I
are
know.
they just try to find whatever way to turn something into gold.
Oh, true.
That's
Well,
alchemy.
no, I think they're just like trying to.
No,
According
that's-
to the anime. No, that's not how it is in the anime. And
Oh,
I
that's
know it's just
the-
an anime.
Oh, excuse
but-
me.
They bring in
the
people
idea
back to
is-
life in the anime, bro.
Well, they try to, but it's taboo. But basically, besides that point, you're trying to turn something into something else using equal value. So,
What's that opening?
as long as you have enough metal, steel, and wood, you can repair this radio. Like cool things like that.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was gonna like make bombs and shit. Okay,
The pipe bomber.
maybe
The
Not like
Unabomber.
that, but like
All right,
I don't know,
edit
just
that
do
out.
cool shit or mix chemicals and make shit. But yeah, so then when I finally got to chemistry in 9th grade, and you have to do like electron spins and shit like that, I was like, yeah, that's not fair. So that wasn't my thing. But
So
what
when
were you
did
saying about?
So when did you know you were like a technical person then with like computers and stuff?
I mean, I feel like
I can't figure it out. I'm not even gonna.
I think for technology, it's just something that we grow up with. So like,
Uh-huh.
it's just embedded within, you know.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
When did you touch your first computer?
Oh, maybe at my parents' old bike shop, and we used to play on Microsoft Paint and RuneScape.
How old?
And
were
that's
you?
when they had the RuneScape before old school RuneScape, and it looked super shitty.
Wait, how old were you then? So that's
Uh,
elementary school.
Yeah, elementary school. So like maybe first grade, second grade, around that time.
Damn. I think I remember it was around 3 or 4, and I had my own computer in my room. And
What?
How?
Yeah.
Why? That's so young.
It was my dad's second computer, but it was just in my room.
What
Wow.
was it?
It was a Windows computer. That's all.
Was
I
it
know.
a
There's a hard, those like fat ones too.
Yeah, big
Windows
white
98.
monitor.
I remember fucking around with the floppy disk, pushing it in and out.
I love playing with those when I was
Yeah.
little. Yeah, my family had so many.
Just some ASMR right there.
Yeah. Let it retract. Yeah.
But then my dad also got me a bunch of bootlegged video games. So I remember playing Star Wars Episode 1 on the computer.
Wow.
So that was like 2000. So yeah, I'm around 4. And
Oh my God.
also I had Quake 3.
Damn, that's a solid game.
And Age of
I had, like,
Empires
these
1.
Lego games.
Age of Empires 1 too.
Oh, that's a really good one.
So that was all my shit growing up.
Yeah, I think the only games that I had on the computer was these like old Lego games that
You mean pinball?
would be-
You remember pinball?
Oh, I remember pinball, dude. That was a lot of fun. I remember pinball. What's another one that's on there?
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper.
But I didn't know how to play that back then.
No,
Now
I
I
didn't.
do.
I still don't know how.
I put the in Minesweeper. Put the perimeters as big as I can and only put like 10 bombs and click once, and I'm like,
And
I
you
know
already
the
knew
rest.
game.
Boom, boom, boom. Easy.
Yeah. A game that was on the phone, like on the early phones. Do you guys remember when you got your first phones?
I did not have a phone
Sony
till
Ericsson
junior.
flip phone. And I
Junior
thought it was
year.
very good for its time.
How
The
old were
Sony
you?
Ericsson is actually really cool.
Yeah, when I got that phone, I was 13.
Damn.
Damn, I
When
didn't
I-
get a phone till 16.
Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a phone when I was in 5th grade, I think. Fourth
Oh,
or
It was
fifth
like
grade.
10.
damn.
It was like 10,
Yeah.
right?
So, and it was like a shitty flip phone, and it was my sister's old phone, so it had this Hello Kitty kind of wrapper on it or whatever. It was like a shell for it.
Were you
And
embarrassed
so
about
I
that?
was- What?
Were you embarrassed about that?
So I was so embarrassed about it to
Okay.
the point where if I were to make calls, I would go into the bathroom to
Oh.
make a call. And I'd only be making calls to like my mom or my dad to come pick me up or some shit. But,
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, dude. I did not want
You weren't
anybody-
texting girls on that thing.
Oh fuck yeah, bro! Fuck yeah. Actually, I didn't really know how to do the whole like
Texting?
Yeah, I didn't know how to text.
You
I
just have
was
to keep
so good at it.
pressing like
I
the
might
4
even
again.
be faster at that now than I am now with like a smartphone.
There's no way.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That
bro.
T9 texting language on my Sony Ericsson phone was probably the fastest I've ever texted in my life. I think.
I remember
I don't know how.
the friends who had the sidekick, you know, the one that you like swipe up
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
you get a
those are so
keyboard.
cool.
I was like, whoa, this
Those were, my sister got one of those, and I was like, damn. that's
I remember when they
innovation.
showed that in Zoe 101, I was like, that's
Oh
hip.
yeah,
fine.
it looked like a
That's
gaming
the future.
controller. That's exactly what I was thinking about. I'm like, is it called the sidekick? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Was it?
But
I
it
don't
was a
think they
sidekick.
did. But I don't think they said that in the movie. You know?
In
Oh,
the show.
okay.
Yeah.
But one of the games that were on the early phones that I really liked to play was Bejeweled, and they had this like Arabian Prince game or something, Prince of Persia, on the phone, on like my flip phone, and those were games that I really liked to play back then. I don't know. Did you guys have any unique games on your phones?
I just played Snake all the time on my dad's
I
phone.
think Snake. I can't remember anything else.
Yeah. But what were you talking about earlier, Troy? About the correlation between things
Oh yeah,
that
I
you like
think a
and things
really
you're
cool
good
deep talk about a deep topic to talk about would be the correlation between how much you love something and how good you are at it.
at? I feel like
Like in general, you're usually good at something you like. I say
yeah. Well,
more
the
than
thing is,
1% of the time.
I'm gonna refute that by saying that I really loved and I still really love physics, but I'm awful at it. And
Okay.
I'm super butt at it. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I mean,
Anything else though?
I guess that's about it. I mean,
Everything makes sense, right? Like you like technology, you're pretty good at technology. You like music, pretty good at music. But physics is the weird one, right?
yeah, I'm just super butt at math and shit like that. So
Uh huh.
it doesn't click for me.
In my case, I feel like I'm not necessarily great at fluent in one specific topic. I would say I'm more of a the jack of all trades. I like to dabble in every little thing, but not enough to like pursue it to like.
What kinds of things do you like to dabble in? Because I was actually thinking about this, and I know that you consider yourself a jack of all trades. So I was wondering, what things do you consider yourself? You consider yourself a jack of?
Computer like troubleshooting, car maintenance, shoe game, martial arts, video making.
Mm-hmm.
just in work, like data analytics. I wouldn't say like I'm an expert in any of these fields that I just listed, but I do enjoy them, and I like to try to dabble in them. But I think maybe it's my short attention span where I don't dedicate enough time to try to master it.
I see.
Is there something in particular that you're looking to become the master of?
I mean, it changes. It changed over time. From like ninth grade, I've always still been in the kind of like I want to be a video maker, a video editor, and I'm still I still like know some knowledge of it, and that's making the show right now, and still like being able to edit. But it's not as like to the level of like these professional YouTubers or
Casey Neistat.
I don't think I can make a film right now with my knowledge.
That's so. When I was younger, I wanted to be like a filmmaker or some shit like that. I thought that would be super cool.
Yeah.
Being like a cinematographer or some shit.
But not anymore?
Yeah, I guess not anymore. Like I just have other things that I care more about, like my job and yeah. Those are just hobbies. What kind of hobbies did you have when you were younger, Troy?
Was it all just music?
Yeah.
It's always been music, video games, tennis.
But you don't play tennis anymore, man.
Outdoor stuff like climbing trees or making swords out of like palm tree stubs.
Dude, I used to make lightsabers out of newspapers, man. I would just roll up newspapers and just smack the shit out of my cousins and my
well, maybe that's just violence.
I did the same.
I don't know if that's a hobby, but
I don't consider that a hobby.
It's like pound it, brother.
I mean, yeah, just like with all this, would you guys say that you are an expert at one thing, at least one thing?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely know a lot of stuff. Like it would take me a while to teach someone everything I know about like guitar, piano.
Oh. So you would say you're a complete.
If you measure it that way, how long would it take for me to transfer all my knowledge and techniques and tips to someone? And I think it would take me like 2 years.
Really? So we can do Troy Academy. It's a 2-year program.
Yeah, 2-year program.
Jeez. And you, Tanner? Would you say you're an expert in anything? Or at least...
No, I feel like I have like medium proficiency at, the things that I'm working on, like for guitar and for my work, and at least for my work or like, technology related stuff. But for my work, like I'm really striving to make myself an expert in that thing. So that way, like I raise my value.
Would you say technology is your passion, or would you just say that's just your job?
I wouldn't put it. I feel like those are like two kind of extreme ends of it. I definitely would put it like closer towards passion, but not quite there. Because I definitely like working with technology, and I definitely like being able to create things and like, for example, playing around with the Raspberry Pi and using that to, as a mini computer to, I don't know, control the thermostat in my house or some shit like that. Like those are things that I think would be really cool to do. So I think in terms of passion, it's definitely closer towards that end. I don't know if my work is directly related to those things, but it definitely is within the same general field. So any work that I put towards my work also goes towards my interests.
Yeah, that's very nice. It's very efficient, I must say.
Yeah.
And Troy, you have your passion in music, right?
Yeah, music too, but also like I spent a ton of time, a little too much time on video games as well. So if I were to teach someone like how to get diamond and they've only been like silver or gold, like I also think that would take a while. But I think
what I was gonna say off of that is, I feel like, so I was super into playing guitar when I was in middle school, and I really liked it, and I was actually making a lot of progress.
Yeah.
And then I played World of Warcraft. And I just started playing other video games and stuff like that. And that just like shat on my whole, like all my progress.
Do you ever just think about that? Like, if I never played video games, where would I be?
Dude, for sure. I'd be so much better at guitar, dude. It's no joke.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's bad to think about extremes. Like if I never played, you got to try to find the healthy balance. Like you spend most of your day playing guitar, but then you play like 1 or 2 games at the end of the night, like with your friends. Not 10, not 12.
I remember playing all day from like wake up to sleep.
Yeah, I used to
in
do
video
that too.
games.
A lot of my
Especially Call of
college
Duty.
summers were like that too. A lot of my
For me,
college
it was
summers.
Team Fortress 2,
Yeah.
and then League of Legends.
League, I've only done that maybe like twice, but
No, it's pretty sad when you wake up out of bed, you walk to your desk, you play video games literally like for 12 hours, and then you just crawl back to your
it's a
Yeah.
sad. It's very sad.
And I've done that, and it makes me.
But
it
it's
makes me
fun when you
sad.
have friends to do it with.
Oh, definitely.
That's
It's
true. You know.
pretty different. Yeah. It doesn't completely justify it, but it makes it a lot better.
Nah.
I'll say it makes it a lot better
Yeah,
because
I
then you're socializing and things like that.
I remember playing Nazi zombies from like 8 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Oh my god.
and it's just like holy shit. At that point, it's just like, do you guys just want to call it a night? Yeah.
Oh, it was
We can
co-op
get
with your
through.
friends.
Yeah, it was like
Uh-huh.
it was a four. So like
I
when
want
you're
to say, I feel like if you play zombies by yourself, you'll become a zombie. Like that's just too much.
oh yeah,
Did you guys?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Halo 3?
of course.
Not really. No.
There was a
So-
lot of custom games in Halo 3 that I
Yeah, well, Halo 3 custom games was amazing, but in Halo 3, towards the end of its lifespan, they started doing this thing where you had to do these certain challenges, and you can get recon armor, or
recon
helmet.
armor.
Yeah, and it was like this really. It was
I-
at the time it was this helmet that only the makers. Only Bungie people
Yeah,
had, and it would be
oh,
like a recon helmet with a
Recon
flame
armor. Oh my god. I forgot what
And-
you had to do to get those. And they were
Yeah,
just
you
like
had to do-
some people just had to like be gifted one from like a developer.
I think that might be true, but for the rest of us, we had to complete certain challenges by like the 7th month of the 7th day of the 7th of
It was
2007.
it was always like kind of hidden, like you don't know exactly what challenges.
No, I think at some point we knew what challenges we had to
really?
do, but there was a challenge that we had to do that involved going through the last level, and you had to do it with 4 people, and you had a certain skull line, so that whenever one person died, you had to restart all the way back from the
I
beginning.
do remember that mission.
And I would stay up super late with my friends, and we'd be doing these challenges. And one night, it was like maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. I'm playing with my friends, and my parents' bedroom is literally right next to my bedroom. Like they share a wall. And so I'd be like talking to my friends, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, yeah, we got to do this and that. And then my mom came in at one point, and she just started yelling at me. She's like, turn this shit off, blah, blah, blah. She was getting pissed. And I was like, all right, mom, all right. So I turned off the TV, but I didn't turn off the Xbox. And so when she left, I would try and I would turn on the TV again.
Oh,
I'd whisper on the mic and everything.
all right,
And
guys, okay, talk
just
anymore.
eventually, my mom just got so pissed. She went up to the Xbox and she just unplugged it. And she unplugged the TV.
You know what was the funniest thing? So my dad, I had an addiction to my Xbox during high school, and I remember
How bad was your addiction?
it was like that was all I did. Like
You just come
I
home.
come
play
home from
video
school,
games?
play it until like 11, 12, then go to bed. School the
Wow,
next
yeah,
day.
it's a long time.
So my dad came in one day. He's like, "You got a C in algebra?" And then I'm like, "Oh, no, yeah, I guess." And then he's like, he asked me like, "Do you know how to put like a timer, like what times you can play?" And I'm like, "Yeah, here, I'll do it right now." And then he took the controller, kicked me out of the room, and then he did it, and he put a password on it, and such a dumb password.
Was it 69,
No,
420?
he gave it back to me like, there, go ahead, try to play. And I'm like, oh no, I can't play till 8 p.m. or something. Blah. He left. I bet he's like all satisfied, like, yeah, outsmarted this kid. And then I read like the password hint, and it's like, it's one of those security questions, like, name someone that you look up to, or like a famous figure that you look up to. And I'm like, Chairman Mao. No. and it got in. I'm like,
No!
I'm a hacker. I'm a fucking hacker. And
I think you
then
have bigger problems than just.
I'm playing my video games, and then my dad hears it, and he looks over, and I'm like, figured it out. And he just like smiles and just shakes his
Why
head.
does he like Chairman Mao?
Because I don't think he likes him. I think because he's always told stories about him, like all the bad shit. But like, I don't know. I thought it was fucking hilarious that I caught.
That's a little fucked up, but damn, that's pretty funny.
Oh my
I
god.
outsmarted the outsmarter.
Chairman Mao.
Chairman Mao. You didn't have problems like that, Troy, growing up, where you like your parents would just yell at you?
No, I mean, yeah, my mom especially would really yell at me, but overall, I was pretty much able to do whatever I wanted.
Damn, what a
Yeah.
rebel.
I remember in church, because we'd have to wake up like 7 in the morning and go to like 7:30 mass or some crap, like super early in the morning. And my mom would be like, if you don't stay awake in church, and if you don't stand up or sit up straight, blah blah blah, you no Xbox for a month.
Ooh.
And I'd just be there struggling to stay awake for the Lord, and so I could play fucking Call of Duty later or some shit. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I guess would you say, not to flame your mom or anything, but would you say that's the wrong way to teach your child, right? Like you're supposed to stand up straight in church to be respectful, blah blah blah, not because you're afraid of losing the Xbox, right?
Yeah.
But then you end up standing up for the wrong thing.
Stand up for God.
Stand up for God. I don't know. I mean, I guess yeah, that comes down to like how you should raise your child. I know there's like studies now that are like, don't smack your kid or don't like
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
hit your kid on the butt or
you
some
know,
crap.
would you guys hit your kids?
Well, I don't know, because like the studies are like, don't do it. Like it doesn't help at all, and it's not a good thing. Like blah blah blah. I mean, and I know we all have personal experiences of getting hit by our parents, and we think we've come out fine, but maybe there's like some hidden layer underneath us. It's like, yeah, I'm fucked up.
So based on that, then, do you think you're gonna hit your kids? Yeah.
I don't know. I like to think that I wouldn't. Maybe I don't know. I feel like
I'm gonna say I'm open to it, but I'm gonna try.
As you hold the ruler.
I'm open to it. But I'm gonna try my best to not do it, because think about it. If you can make your child behave or learn their lesson just from like talking, that's huge. That's really valuable. Like you shouldn't have to actually hit them to like teach them a lesson or anything. So I hope I will never have to do that.
My dad had the ability to make all of us cry with his voice.
Damn.
Yeah, hopefully that's all you need. Hopefully that's all you need.
My dad
sometimes
had a
that can be
deep,
worse
loud
than being
voice.
hit.
It is.
Yeah,
That can
that's
be worse than being hit.
Oh no, he did that and hit us. So it was
my dad is so nice and quiet and so patient. He's like the most patient man I know, and that's where I feel like I get my patience from. He yells maybe like once every couple of years. And when I hear it, I get so scared and I almost cry. I'm like, oh my god, he's yelling. And he's always very quiet, revered, like soft and reserved, but when he yells, it sounds like a freaking like military alarm.
No, my mom did all the yelling in my house, dude. She would just like when she was upset back then. I mean, like before I got to high school, like she was a lot more on like me and my sister's ass and stuff like that. Because my sister and I used to fight all the time, and she would just.
There's no way you guys fought as much as my sisters and I.
Well, I mean, you had twice the number of sisters, so I bet it was twice the number of fighting.
No, it was a triangle of fighting.
It was a triangle of fighting.
So like, no one's ever on each other's side.
Oh, damn.
Dang, you could take sides.
That's gotta be bad. Well, I mean, for me and my sister, it would just literally be like, sometimes we could just be sitting on the couch watching TV, and like she'd like accidentally brush my leg with her leg, and then I'd just kick her because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then she'd kick me back, and then just be like kicking and
if my children are like, that'd be so annoying. I'm
like, we were shit.
I thought my dad had it rough. I'm like, having us three, because like my sisters used to like scratch and break skin, pinch.
Dude, yes. Oh my god.
They used to pinch, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I think I would punch them in the arm or like smack them on their leg or something. Yeah, but it was rough, dude.
That reminds me of another thing, and this is going back to church. But sometimes, so in church, there's times when you have to hold each other's hands or something in prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And when my sister and I would hold each other's hands, like just rip each other's hands as hard as we possibly could, and she would always leave marks, like nail marks, in my hands.
That's so funny and ironic, because you're supposed to be like making peace. That's the time when you make peace with each other.
No, man, there was no peace.
That is so funny. Oh
yeah. And there'd just be times where like she just pinch me, and like, man, she got sharp nails, dude. I would never bleed, but like,
I bled. I had a lot of I still have a lot of scars on my arms and my legs.
I've
And
had broken skin, but it just never bled. It was just like a top layer.
It's from all my sisters.
Dang.
But
You ever show them that to make them guilty nowadays?
Oh no, because I dished it back too.
Oh, so they also have permanent.
There are some. I remember this one time. My little sister was a brat for like all of her childhood, and one time she like did something very mean to my dad, and then me and my older sister would be like, "You can't do that to our father." So I'm like, "You go fucking back there and you apologize to dad right now." And she's like, "No." And I go.
How old were you at this time?
13.
Yeah, how old is she?
13, 12, and she's 12. And I grab her leg and I just give her a bunch of dead legs. I'm like, "You go over there and apologize." And she starts crying. I'm like, "Yeah, you deserve it. Yeah, that's right."
Damn.
But I don't do that nowadays. I don't.
He don't hit women no more.
Is your sister a lot more mature
She
now?
better now?
She's still a rebel. She's more of the rebel than me. Than I ever was. But
I have a question.
go ahead.
Have you guys ever like considered or tried running away from home?
Oh, I ran away. I ran away from home when I was 3 years old, and I had a tricycle. I got a plastic bag. I put like a couple toys and a pair of underwear and some clothes. Tied it to a stick, and that like how like you see it in like
3 years old. How do you even remember doing that?
Because I remember. I'll tell
amazing.
you, it's so memorable because I remember riding on the sidewalk on my tricycle, and then seeing my like 4 doors down, my neighbors see me, and I wave to them, and they see me with my thing, and they're like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm running away." And they pick up my tricycle and me with it, bring it back to the house, and I'm like, "Shit." I'm foiled, but that was the only time I've ever tried running away.
Wow.
Hey, imagine what would have happened if
If that
your
neighbor didn't
neighbors-
see you, how
Yeah.
far do you think you would have gone?
I probably would have gone to like the gate and just turned around. Like, I don't have any money for food.
Oh, okay.
I'm hungry.
Dad?
Honestly, 4 doors down is a big walk for me. So like,
Yeah, as a little kid.
Yeah, so you made pretty good distance
Yeah,
as a
I
3-year-old.
That's dangerous territory, man. When you're,
Wow.
when you're
but I was in
3
a
years
good. I was in a good neighborhood. There wasn't.
That's great. That's good.
When I remember at one point I don't remember, I must have been like in middle school or something like that, and I was like, I'm gonna run away from home. It was like dinner time. It was like dark as shit, and I don't know, I was pissed at my mom, probably something that had to do with her taking away my Xbox or some crap. So I walked out of the house, and then my house has like a big front yard, and then it has a gate. And so I walk out into the yard, and then I look back at the house, and I could see into the dining room, and I see my family eating. And I was like, "Fuck, I'm hungry." So then I just walked back into the house.
Oh my god! I totally thought you were gonna say something deep, like, and I look back in the window and I see my family eating dinner together.
And I'm like,
Like
I could be
family
there too.
should, like how family should be together. And then I realized I can't leave them. But then you straight up said I'm hungry.
Nah,
No, I had to swallow my pride.
my
'cause
mom
that's the
had
only
made
thing I could swallow.
meatloaf that night, and I could not say no to that meatloaf.
I so thought you were gonna. put
And
that-
you were building it up like that.
yeah.
No, man. And like, there was another time that I thought about running away, and one time my mom and I were driving home, and there's multiple occasions, but like
One time your
we were
mom.
driving home, and I was pissed at my mom or something like that. Probably again had to do with my Xbox or something like that.
What a pussy, bro.
And she told me, okay, if you want to go, blah, 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 get out of the car. So we stopped on the side of the road, and then I stepped out of the car, and then I was like, and then I just got back in the car. I have nowhere to go. I didn't have any money. I just had my school clothes on.
Wait.
Basically.
So let me backtrack. Maybe I misread it. You said your mom stopped the car to let you try to run away
Yeah, she stopped the car and she's like, get out. And then I was like,
because you asked to get out.
She called it.
Yeah,
No, she
'cause
called his bluff. Basically,
she called my bluff, dude, because I was like, I don't know. I was probably being super angsty and like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. Blah blah some shit.
She go
No.
ahead then. Go
She's
ahead.
like, yeah. She said,
I'll
walk
help
out.
you out.
Wow.
So she stopped the car and I was like, okay.
Do you think if you did it, would you have been okay?
See, and I always think back to this moment as like a pivotal moment, thinking
pivotal
if I had
moment.
run away, if I had just gotten out of the car, then like my life would just be completely different. I probably would have just went to my grandmother's house is like 15 miles, so I don't know if I would have made it.
You
I
would've
feel like your
called-
life would have been the same. You would
Called
have
an Uber. No, I'm
But
saying.
no, honestly, I don't think I would have ever made the choice to of left the car or gone very far from the car, because I don't think I was that much of an idiot. I think
Nah.
Okay.
yeah.
So you never ran away, Troy, or tried?
I never did it, but I always thought about it, not because I hated home, but because I just had such a vivid imagination, and I was just like pretending for fun. Like, ooh, if I ran away, I would do
Damn,
this.
Troy.
And I would do
Ooh, if
this.
I went to Hollywood right now and started a rock band.
Yeah, definitely. Because I was also really huge into acting from middle school and high school. I was really involved in like theater and like helping people like improv or like learn scripts and stuff like that. So I think that's just related to that, like pretending like, ooh, if I did run away, this. I
Troy,
would
did you
feel
ever
like
do
this.
anything bad as a kid?
Yeah, I was gonna
As
say,
a
man, you
kid.
seem like you
Um,
just
You ever
Just
did
be
anything
chilling.
rebellious or against like your parents' like desires of you?
Yeah, I mean, but probably nothing too major. You know?
Yeah, I
mean,
still
I can't
gum
really
one time.
recall. What?
What? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't really recall any like big specific moments, but I mean, I definitely have, but nothing too big.
Can you think of anything, Tanner, that the one like the most rebellious thing you've ever done?
no, I can't. I mean, I know I've done like shit that for sure.
That
Oh,
one-
does that include like smoking weed in the house or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. You think your parents are okay with it?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So in that sense, like, yeah, I used to smoke in the bathroom when I was younger.
How do they
Yeah,
not smell
I-
that?
I mean, we had separate bathrooms, and I just straight up just like blow out the window or something like that.
I
It was-
bet they smelt it.
Yeah,
Have you ever
I don't know.
have you
Well,
ever
dude, I
talked-
used to get super paranoid because I would smoke in the bathroom, and then my mom would go in the morning to clean it up. So I would leave the fan on in that bathroom overnight and leave the window open. So I think I would always be super paranoid. I'd be like, "Yo, she smelled it, dude. I'm fucked. I'm done. Like this is it."
Why
Like, I wake up in the
why
morning,
did you
like,
try to smoke inside the house anyways? You couldn't wait till you like went somewhere else or something?
Because like I'd wanna, I don't know. I just like it would be nighttime. It would always be before bed. So it'd be like I'm going to sleep or I want to play some video games or something like that.
Have you ever been caught?
Besides the police, no.
No, by your parents. No.
Yeah, no.
Do they ever? So they don't know that you ever smoked weed.
No, I don't. I don't think so directly.
Should we
I
delete
feel like
it?
they've like they have their suspicions and they don't really care that much. Like they're not like.
Have they ever talked? Have you ever talked about weed?
Not really. No.
Mm.
No, but yeah, my parents really aren't the type to be like, no, you can't do this. Well, they're not really hard.
Yeah, they're from Jamaica. They live off
and
the ganja.
Trinidad.
They live off
They're-
the ganja.
Yeah, my parents they got more laid back after I graduated high school. After middle school.
My dad only got laid back once I got to junior year of high school.
I think that's more accurate for me too, because I remember like my freshman and sophomore year was pretty rough. But yeah,
Yeah,
junior
that
year.
was when I was able to just say, "Hey, I'm going out," instead of asking.
I think it was definitely because my sister left for college, and then so they're like, "Oh well, now we only have one kid in the house.
So
Let's
you-
just keep it chill."
Let's keep it
something.
chill,
I don't know.
bro. You want some beer?
Yeah.
You want some beer before you go to bed, Holmes? I'm the cool dad.
I actually have one more runaway story.
Another? How many
Oh my
times?
Gosh, Ted.
That okay, so I was this time it was like in the afternoon, and I think it was like closer. This was around when I was 16 or a little bit before I was 16, and I remember this because it might have actually been my 16th birthday, and so I was upset or something.
They didn't get you an Xbox.
No, I think it's because they were taking away my computer. But anyways, I took my penny board and I just walked out the house and I walked out the gate and I just started writing down one of the rows and I just kept writing. And then at like some point I just called up my friend and was like, "Yo, how many blocks are in a mile?" He's like, "It's like 7." I was like, "Fuck, I've only gone like a mile away from home." And so I was like, well, it's getting dark, and I'm hungry again. I might as well start riding back. So then
It's always the hunger that brings
It's
you
always the
to
food, man. You never bite the hand that feeds. You know.
Wow.
never
So-
run away from the hand that
Never run away from home because you're just gonna be hungry, and that's no fun. Unless
So
you got money.
you're saying right now you'll eventually return home.
Yeah, for sure. I can't do without the homemade cooking. It's my
You should be
grandmother's fried
you
rice.
should be the one to be making your own homemade cooking.
I am, and I did, and it's okay, but
it's never the same.
But it's not the same.
it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Do you guys have like a favorite dish that you like to eat that only like someone in your family makes?
My mom makes really good chicken pho. And
Whoa.
chicken pho, where I come from, was like I feel like really looked down upon. Like, haha, you couldn't make beef pho. You're just gonna make like
yeah, I was
lower
about to
down
look
chicken
down
pho.
on you too, even though I'm not Viet.
Yeah, but no, she makes it really, really
Is
good.
it dang
Sometimes
chicken
it's like
pho?
the exact same quality. I feel.
I hate
Wait,
chicken pho whenever.
So
I
for
tried it.
chicken pho, is it chicken stock used in the broth and no beef
I think you
broth?
can. I don't know how she made it, but I just know it's chicken pho.
Because I know you could just have like beef broth pho with just chicken on it. Because we used to serve that at
My dad used to make those really good green onion pancakes.
Green. Onion.
Oh,
They're a Chinese thing, but like
Oh.
I've had one of those. Do they sometimes put shrimp in it and fish?
sometimes, but mainly it's just green onions, and it's just a green onion pancake. It's so good. Like it could be a good snack, good breakfast food. I should make it sometime actually, because
I had something similar to that.
they're called
at work.
scallion pancakes. You guys
Oh,
really never
wow.
had any of them?
No, I had this like Japanese one at my work where they put like shrimp and fish and green onions and other crap, and it was actually really good.
You know what's my favorite thing to eat though?
What?
The sticky rice at like dim sum places.
The lotus flower?
The lotus flower rices. It's so sticky. Once you open inside, there's like sausage, little baby shrimp.
Put a little bit of chicken,
It's
mushrooms.
so good. Like
It's so savory.
I love that food. I love dim sum, but it makes me shit so hard
Oh,
and
yeah.
oily
But why?
because it's so greasy.
It's so greasy.
That's why
Oh.
That's why whenever you eat Chinese food, they give you tea to like kind of
Oh.
cleanse your stomach. But you know, when you eat so much, it's not possible. So you just
So maybe
shit.
you're gonna drink more tea.
Yes, I needed to balance it out. But every time I eat dim sum, I always have the very greasy, oily shit.
The short ribs. You like the short ribs?
Oh, short ribs, and those like they're like these I don't know, these little like gooey white rice noodle thing with meat inside.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like sport.
love to get that
They have
shit.
soy sauce right all over it.
The sweet
I just-
soy sauce.
Cause that's how you can eat it. Because like you don't even have to chew it. It's so good.
It's so soft and tender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's no dim sum here in Memphis, Tennessee, because it's a trash ass city with no
could
Asian
be in the
influence. I'm not.
I haven't looked up to
I'd
see if
rather
there's one
leave.
here in Madison.
I will leave here. I miss Chinese food. I miss Asian food. Like we went to a Korean barbecue place
Oh
this
my
week.
Lord.
Literally the worst experience I've ever had in my fucking life. Because if for those of you who have been to Korean barbecues that are all you can eat, you know you just pay about $25 to $30. You get all you can eat brisket, pork belly, whatever you fucking want that's on a list. So we go to this one, right? You know, kind of like a mile from our apartment. And Troy and his girlfriend ask, you know, hey, so this is all you can eat, right? He's like, yeah, you know, it's all you can eat. Oh yeah, which ones? Any of them. You just choose. And then you see the prices like galbi, which is like short ribs, which is like $22. Brisket is $18. And then you're just like, where's the one price for the all you can eat? He's like, yes. And he's very like, he goes around his questions. You don't even know what he's trying to say.
Shady, going around the bush.
Yeah, he's beating around the bush, and then I show up, and then Troy and Anna are still confused on what if it's actually all you can eat. So I'm like, so they asked me to ask him, and I'm like, so this is all you can eat, right? And he's like, no,
Just straight up no.
and then we're like, but you just, oh, Okay, so which ones are these entrees, or how much do you get, or do you get it as much as you want? Oh no, they're you can kind of do all you can eat. You can kind of share it, and we're like, oh, so but it's a small portion, and we're like, oh, it can't be that small, right? I come back, we eventually order. I order brisket, Troy orders bulgogi, and Ann orders like pork belly, and he brings the smallest fucking plate. Small.
Show us with the ruler, Troy. Measure it on the ruler.
You see Troy's hand out, about a 5-inch plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 5-inch in diameter plate with the smallest amount of meat you could ever ask for, and you're paying $18 for this plate, and I'm just shocked. I'm just like, there's no fucking way this is real. He's trolling us. He's gonna bring out more meat, actually. No, he doesn't. And then we finish it. I'm still hungry at the end, and I'm just pouting like, fuck this guy, fuck this restaurant. I will never go here again. And then Ann and Troy are basically the same thing. Like, I can't believe we messed up like this. And we go and pay. Troy has to pay almost $40 for his meal of 2 that fed like 1 African child.
Yes.
And then Troy, tips him $2 on that $40 like subtotal, and the guy looks at it and he like, and then just puts it away. I'm like, this motherfucker. You know what? $1 for
some jack shit, bro.
$1 for you, sir. I hope you know your business will go to shambles, and I will rate you 1 star on Yelp.
Well, you know what it is, dude? It's because all those people in Memphis, they don't know what Asian food is like, so it's like a delicacy. It's
but
he's bringing the food from the Orient, and so they're like,
oh, I kind of see that.
This guy didn't realize.
A good deal
for
like $18.
This guy didn't realize who we were. We are seasoned Asian veterans.
I just wish he was honest up front.
Yeah,
I was like, how's all you can eat? He was like, it's up to you. You just choose this, or you can share, things like that.
You can share.
Until Jason asked the second time where he was like, okay, so it's not really all you can eat.
It's all you can eat as long as you pay for everything.
Exactly. That's basically what he fucking said.
Everything is all you can eat by that definition.
This man is a piece of shit, and I hope his business goes under.
Like, that's so, I mean.
Yeah, well, he's definitely like.
A poor businessman. A poor businessman. A poor businessman. Both types of poors.
It's one thing to have unfair prices and portions, but it's another thing to do that and then like deceit your way around,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like propelling the stingy, shitty Asian.
Oh, so that's what we want. We want that. We want him to encourage this stereotype.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we want.
Even if we go down a notch, he will also go down a notch.
I don't know, man. I'm fucking done. Also, it's Thanksgiving coming up this week. You guys have any plans? I know I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. Don't get work off.
Flying to Orlando, visit family. That's all.
At least you have plans.
But aren't you going to Nashville?
I am going to Nashville, but after Thanksgiving. So it's Thanksgiving weekend, but not necessarily on Thanksgiving Day. I'm not doing anything. Troy sent me a Gordon Ramsay burger video, and I'm like, I'll make this for Thanksgiving.
What was it for, like, turkey?
I hope you live stream it.
No, I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna make it sure it looks pretty.
Ooh, you're gonna do it like what is it? Binging with Babish, and then you have like Babish. You have the top down video.
It's a bonging with Babish.
Bonging with Babish. Yeah. No, I'm not. I can't go anywhere because
everything's.
I mean, I guess I could go to Milwaukee or Chicago, make a day trip, but I only get that Thursday off, so I just have to come back on Friday. So I'm just gonna spend that week.
You're not gonna have a Friendsgiving?
I mean, I get like a lot of the people that I know, they're already.
Just take
going
Friday
away.
off, Tanner. I think that'd be a lot of good value.
I can't.
Can't? Wait, what do you mean you can't?
I'm saving up holidays and shit.
Oh, you're saving it up. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So it's whatever. I have some exams that I'm trying to take and stuff I gotta do for work anyway. So I was like, just spend the whole week studying.
Your job is really, really serious about that first, like, initial on-the-job learning. Like, just throw Jason into the fire.
Yeah. I wish I had more on-the-job training.
Me too. I literally had no one to teach me. I really thought all this time when I was applying for jobs and like just getting out of college, like, man, they're gonna teach me a lot. And then no.
No.
But I like being thrown into the fire because I like I learned better by shadowing people and hands-on experience.
There's definitely a good balance. Like we want each other's sides. Like, and I feel like maybe we're on two extremes. Like I had very, very little like initial help on how to do anything, and you're being really, really kept safe in like this teaching
You're in a
environment.
classroom in a safe like testing environment.
Yeah, like really secure and professional, but like
I would say yes and no because I also have my mentor that's my office mate, and so part of our training is also to shadow him and like kind of observe his calls and talk with him about some of the things. But yeah, definitely had more. I had more training related stuff that I had to do.
Yeah, it's because they're putting a huge investment on you specifically.
Yeah.
Like I think our investment is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, because they know you're just gonna flip and leave in 2 years.
How they know?
actually FedEx has a really, really huge retention rate. Like there's so
Really?
many. Like,
Yeah,
people who
apparently.
work there for 30 years. Like all
You're
of them
gonna be
there
trapped
for
there,
30
Troy.
years.
That's gonna be you.
Nah, I will rather die than stay here.
Jeez, don't say that. Don't say that on live podcast.
I'd rather die than stay here for my 20s. I don't want to be here for my 20s, especially like between 24 and 30.
What do you want to be doing with your 20s?
I want to be living. I want to be living in a bigger city where like there's more shit going on. I think we talked about this before, but like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm young. I want to live a more exciting life, and Memphis, can't offer that for me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's partially true, but definitely adventure is where you are, not where other things are. You find your own adventure.
Wow.
Kind of thing.
Wow.
Like you can't rely on where you are to get enjoyment. You have to make the enjoyment out
You
of
have
what
to
you
make the
Not
enjoyment
necessarily
yourself.
true. I mean, I see your point, but Memphis. I wish there were more things catered to me, or like
The things that you like to do.
Yeah.
What are the things that you like to do? Because you don't really particularly like going out. At least you didn't in college.
I like an environment that has those opportunities. Not necessarily that I would take them.
I may not do them, but I like the
I like
no,
it.
we went to level 8 towards the end, I guess.
Yeah, I liked level 8. I liked because like if I wanted to go like to MMA, it took it was like 30, 40 minutes to get to the gym, and that was.
And it may also be like that in a big city, though.
No, not necessarily. Well, yeah. No, I think everything's more contained. So like if I lived in the city, I know I can just take a subway, 2 blocks down and make it to the MMA place or make it to the nice Korean barbecue place. I know I know there are a lot of other young people, like-minded young people there as well that I could mingle with. I got to go pee. 1 sec. Go ahead.
What did he leave off on?
He said he refuted your point about making adventure happen around him. He really needs like a big city and like closer, cool locations for him to like enjoy himself.
Yeah.
Basically.
I can understand that, and for sure, where I live, like I can't really just go out. I mean, I could go to Madison, and that's 20 minutes away.
Yeah, for me,
But-
I mean, I do feel the same way he does, but definitely not as strong. Like, I mean, I do also want to go to a big city and do all these cool things and be with cool like young people chasing their dreams and stuff too. But I think,
And we're back.
I also get let me rewind since Jason just got back. So I was saying I also feel very similar to Jason. Like I want to move to a big city where all these cool things are and be with these cool young-minded people and collab and do all that. But I'm a lot more patient for waiting for that because I feel like I have a lot of improvement I need to do to myself right now.
More patient.
And I also get a ton of enjoyment from stuff at home. Like everything I have at home, like can keep me busy like forever. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna do it forever, but I'm pretty okay for now. Like while I'm gaining experience and money from FedEx, like I'll be okay. And then when I finally do that big move, whenever that is, like it's gonna be extra sweet.
Yeah, but
I'm definitely not unhappy right now.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that I think that we often blame our surroundings as being like unfit for us. Like even like when we were in Tallahassee, I feel like we always complain like, yeah, Tallahassee's too small.
Okay, yeah. So before you continue, my whole life since I was like 7 all the way till now, every time I would hear my friends talk about where they're from, whatever, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. Like, yeah, I came from blank. There's nothing to do there. Or even wherever we are now, like, man, I freaking hate this place. Nothing to do here. I've never heard, oh man, this place is awesome. There's so much to do here. I've never heard that wherever we are.
Really?
I feel
Yeah,
like people are always chasing the next thing. They're like, man, I can't wait to go to
The
here.
grass is always greener, man. They're always looking to catch a cold or something, man.
Catch a
Yeah,
cold. I mean, I've always thought Fort Lauderdale was a nice place.
Yeah, and I really do love Miami, which is why I want to go back eventually. But I do think that a lot of people are just like, yeah, here is not that great. You know, there's not that much to do here. But I feel like there always is the things that people want to do. They're just not. They don't want to put in the energy to go do them, or they're just not.
I think I agree. With
I wish things were more convenient to me, I think. So if Memphis
What's
was...
crazy is there are a ton of conveniences that you and me get to enjoy here. for
There
sure.
are some, yes.
A ton.
There are a
Yeah,
lot of...
and you wouldn't keep all those moving to a big city. Not saying big city is worse. I'm just saying it's not overall. It's not like strictly better.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like the grocery store is like right down the block.
Yeah.
We don't encounter hard traffic if we do
Yeah.
plan on driving.
Work is 5 minutes or less away. Gym is like 5 minutes away. Like it's insane.
Mhm.
Airport 20 minutes away. Like
Yeah, there
there's
are
a lot of
definitely
great things we have.
things that you trade, but I think
Yeah.
based on the type of person I am, and the kind of like direction I see myself, the kind of character that I'm kind of like trying to embody, it fits a more big city lifestyle.
Yeah.
I don't know if okay. I guess it's all up to your preference, but I just remember, you know, when we lived in the same city, you definitely weren't the type to go out, or to
Maybe he wants to now.
but yeah, maybe things have changed.
I mean, I'm not when I say go out, it doesn't even have to be like going to the club. I don't care about going to the club. I care
So
about
if you're not going out to the club, where are you going?
going out to places to eat.
He wants to go to places where they don't scam you on Korean barbecue.
And that's
feel that.
and that's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
I also like when I would visit Boston, I like the scenery. Like everything was so lively, and people were good, and like I felt like I could belong there. Whereas here, I feel like I'm an outsider.
Mhm.
I think big cities are catered more to like diversity,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
and I think that's true. And you could see that in like being like they're more liberal and that's because they're more open to diversity. They're very diverse in these metropolitan areas.
I definitely miss living in a bigger city, and mostly because of like the food, like Jason was saying, like being able to go out and eat different types of food and the cultures and everything. Well, I guess specifically Miami culture, I really like.
Miami culture was great culture. I liked Miami because there were things to do. I liked when we went out to that Miami, whatever that. Remember
The art museum?
the art
Oh,
museum?
did you go to the museum?
No, I did not. But we went to that marketplace along the Bayside.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
It's just a nice scenery there, and I feel like I can just like relax. Whereas here, I can relax. It's like good weather, but I always like looking over something.
You mean like high up?
Always.
Not necessarily that. Like even looking over into the ocean, out into the ocean.
Yeah, I miss being by the beach, by the ocean. That's
I miss the beach too.
we're just beach boys stuck in the middle of the country.
We should make a band. Beach
Oh, yeah.
Boys.
Beach boys without the beach.
Beached
Just boys.
Beached
Beachless
boys.
boys.
We're the boys.
We could be beached boys and then just get really fat.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're the beached whale crew.
Oh my. We would get flamed or something.
I'm open to it. Damn. All right. It's an hour. It just hit an hour. So I think it's about that time to end the show. Thank you guys for coming out for this impromptu episode. These are always impromptu whenever we do feel like it, and I do believe they are more genuine and whatnot. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to follow us on my Insta page, Tanner's Insta page, as well as
It's not. I wanna make it clear that I didn't make an Instagram. Jason made an Instagram.
I did not make your
under my
Instagram.
name.
I did not make your Instagram. Bet.
Well, then who would have done it?
I bet it was Jamie, to be honest, but I'll ask her.
Okay.
It seems like something.
So there's an Instagram. Well, it's shut down now, right? It's no longer up.
When I checked today, it wasn't there.
And the thing is, I can't even check because I don't have an Instagram account.
Why don't you just make? You should make one now.
Make a real official one, then that like bypasses imposters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you protect yourself by making one.
Whatever, man.
I
don't want to get into Instagram.
I guess it's about that. It's about that time, Tanner. It's about that.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll make one just so it can pub this podcast.
Exactly.
Okay, there you go.
I'll put it in the description below. And also be sure to follow us on Spotify. We do have an audio version, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date on our latest post and whatever we have. Thank you very much, Tanner, for being our special guest this week.
That's what I do.
We look forward to having you again whenever that will be. And thank you, Troy.
It'll be every episode.
Oh, thank you, Troy, for having a bowl haircut this episode. And I want to thank everyone again. Bye-bye.
Bye.